Well, everybody, we did it. We absolutely did it. I'm really happy to say that the ping bug is being fixed officially by Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl's developers Fair Play Labs. So the other day, after Dutchman Dungeons 6, I talked on Twitter about an unfortunate bug that happened called the ping bug. And so pretty much what happens is Connor J, he and other competitors were experiencing this bug that makes their ping go from a normal amount to a very high amount, which was like 200 ms. And the only way that we have found to even deal with the bug, even temporarily, was to just pause the game, take all your stocks away, leave the lobby, restart the game, But for Connor J, it happened 4 times in a row in the same game, in the same match. And so it took 30 minutes to fix. And so I just was frustrated and I said, listen, we need to see what types of attention we need to bring to this game so that this can be fixed. So I went on Twitter and said, please retweet for just attention. We need to get this fixed for Play Labs at Nick Brawl Game. The ping bug made this game take 30 minutes, and Connor J had no solution with 4 back-to-back ping bugs. Some players were affected extremely often, and others never see it once. It needs a fix. I even just provide some extra information, just saying about how I, as a TO, I really don't have any solution for this that's fair. I can't DQ somebody like Connor J, but I also can't stall due to a connection issue that aren't really due to the players, This isn't Connor J's fault. His internet is great. It isn't Bean's fault and others who also have this issue. It's just, like, they have wired Ethernet with a high up and download speed. But unfortunately, they are experiencing this bug. Connor J, unfortunately, was so frustrated that he did decide to at least take a break temporarily from tournament play. But he said if this is fixed, he would consider returning very quickly. I also just talked about how, I'm being patient, I also understand that there's a lot of things that they probably are aware of with this, as it's been a long-standing bug, but it's one of those things that's just very elusive. A bug like this is difficult because the hard thing about us as TOs dealing with it is that there's nothing we can tell the players to maybe change their name, maybe don't pick this skin, don't do this, to stop this issue from happening. There's nothing that we're aware of that we can do to try and stop this, at least temporarily. And for them, the diagnostics and to see video footage and whatever else they need on their end as developers to maybe understand how they can recreate this situation so that they can fix it is also difficult to do, because video footage and a lot of situations that cause this are hard to come by. However, recently, I was able to provide 30 minutes of footage from my most recent tournament with no edits or anything that would cause it to be unviewable, with exactly what happened 4 times in a row. As well as I ended up reporting all of this to the Nick Brawl Bug Reports Discord server. Other people ended up seeing that, and then they also reported their findings with video footage from events like Slimebox 2 and other online events. And it became a huge support panel with a ton of people providing video footage and just, hey, I happen to have this, And it became this very widespread thing with a ton of attention on it. Well, I am happy to say Fair Play Labs is now completely aware of this situation and is working on a fix. This is awesome. This is a wonderful showing of community service and customer support for this community, for the scene, And sometimes you don't need to say something like that, like when a fix is going to be developed. It is important just to say, hey, we see that there's a lot of voices being talked about with this, and we see that this is kind of troublesome. We're going to fix it. We're going to set it right. So that's really awesome. There's also, in other news, there's a couple other things that they've announced within this same tweet thread. Young Simba, another TO in the Florida scene, talked about how the training mode needs to be fixed because since 1.5, there's been issues with the hurtbox and hitbox visibility. The visibility options are great in NASB2, but unfortunately, recently, they've not been working, and they don't display hitboxes correctly or at all. On Switch and other consoles, it seems like they do, but for some reason, PC is kind of the outlier in this. I'm not sure what the issue is with that. And also, he doesn't want to seem like he's nagging, but Fair Play Labs once again saying, this will be fixed in the patch 1.8, which I presume will also bring Zuko, as that was an issue where Zuko was being brought early to some of the Xbox consoles as well. So there's a couple things with that. I've also, while this wasn't officially talked about, there are character fixes, one of those being Rocco coming in the future, as well as a ton of other characters in terms of things being fixed. So until those are officially announced, I won't be like leaking or speculating on what those things were, but it does seem like there is fixes overall coming, as well as things that they are completely aware of that are now being worked on in terms of fixes. So this is just really cool overall. It's really awesome to see that overall we're going to see a lot of patches in terms of like the things we're asking for are being fixed. When we want attention to something as a community, you go through the proper steps of, listen, I'm going to at them on Twitter to start, retweet for awareness. We need to get this thing known about, right? That's the first step. Second step should always be, if not the first step, should be to report this in the bug reports channel forum in the official Nick Brawl Discord server. That is the place where when somebody has a bug, they report it there, and then the moderators report it to the developers, or the developers see it, or the beta testers see it, or all of them see it, and then they talk about it. They say, hey, what do we know about this? And then from there, what happens is they report it, they show it to a developer or a set of them, whether it's the netcode devs, the gameplay devs, whoever, and then the process starts for them to try and fix it. And this is the fastest I've ever seen both a response and a confirmation that two things would be fixed. One, they are aware of this and it will be fixed, the ping bug that is. And the second thing is they've confirmed that there will be a fix for the hurtbox and hitbox visibility options. And that's in about a day's time. That's really good timing. So shoutouts to Fair Play Labs. I didn't want to make this like a negative video about the ping bug, so I was kind of hoping that we'd get something like this, and this is awesome. So for Fair Play, if you're seeing this video, do this more often. Like if you happen to see, even if it's like through Discord, like if you happen to see, hey, this is a bug that a lot of people have uploaded or whatever, a lot of people have said that they have this issue, take a screenshot of it, post it on Twitter, and be like, yep, we see this is getting fixed. Because people love that. People really love to know that people are aware, and they love seeing it come from official sources like this public Fair Play Labs Twitter page. They love seeing it come from like a Game Mill account. They love seeing it come from the Nick Brawl Game Twitter account, you know. They love seeing it through a YouTube video or maybe a developer update, even if it's like through a DM or through a public at everyone on the Discord server, you know. However it is, it's important that it's transparent and public so that people can see it rather than it coming from testers and from like a leaked DM, you know. This is so awesome to see, and just seriously thank you so much for this quick, speedy response. And if you guys like this type of stuff and you think that Fair Play Labs should also be responding to stuff more often when it gets some traction like this, make sure to let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. Did Fair Play Labs do the right thing in terms of just their response? What other things do you think should be fixed in a future update? And let me know what your thoughts are on when Zuko will release, because I'm also really excited to know when Zuko will be releasing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. And also, make sure to subscribe, because we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of May. But without further ado, I'll catch you later. See you all in the next video. Peace.